Hello my dear students, welcome back. Today we are going to start the new chapter, our sixth chapter, Vision and the World of Colors. So with no time, let's start the chapter. Flowers of various colors. Blueness of the sky. The sky during sunrise and sunset. Eye delighting rainbow. The reddish sun. What a myriad of hues! How are these various colors formed? How do they become visible to us? Let's make a journey into the world of vision and colors. So for that, here you can see the picture of an eye. So how an image is formed in eye? Let's see. It is through the pupil, which is in the middle of the iris, that light from an object reaches the lens of the eye. You have already learned in biology class how you see an object when the image of an object falls on the retina in this manner. But can you see objects at all distances? Try to read a book holding it very close to your nose. Can you see the letters clearly? What is your answer? It is no, we can't see the letters clearly while we are holding a book close to our nose. At what distance from the eye can you get a clear vision? Let's learn more about it. It is based on some points. Which are they? Let's see the first one, near point. It is the nearest point at which the objects can be seen distinctly, that means clearly. The near point of an eye with healthy vision is 25 cm. Next one, far point. It is the farthest point at which the objects can be seen distinctly. The far point of an eye with healthy vision is at infinity. Distinctly means very clearly. How do the images fall on the retina of the eye clearly when we read a book or while we are looking at a star? Here, the objects are at different distances, but is there a change in the distance between the retina and the lens? So let's learn. Didn't you have to use lenses of different focal lengths for objects situated at different positions to get clear images on the screen, which is at a fixed distance from the lens? Yes, the eyes also have to do the same function. To get a clear vision, the image of objects from far point up to the near point must be obtained on the retina itself. When we look at nearer objects, the ciliary muscles related to convex lenses in our eyes are contracted and the curvature of the lens increases. The focal length decreases. While looking at far objects, the ciliary muscles are relaxed and the curvature of the lens decreases and the focal length of the lens increases. The ability of the eye to form an image on the retina by adjusting the focal length of the lens in the eye, as discussed above, by varying the curvature of the lens irrespective of the position of the object, is the power of accommodation. So what is power of accommodation? It is the ability of the eye to form an image on the retina by adjusting the focal length of the lens in the eye by varying the curvature of the lens according to the position of the object. It is the power of accommodation. But in some cases, the image is not formed on the retina itself. So here you can see three ray diagrams of image formation in the eye. Can you say where is the image formed in each case? Yes. It is formed in different places in the eye. In which case is the image formed on the retina itself? Yes, it is in the third figure. In some cases, the image is not formed on the retina due to the change in the power of the lens of the eyes and the change of the size of the eyeball. These are the reasons behind this. So, this leads to some defects. First one, hypermetropia or long-sightedness. Here you can see two figures. The figure shows the image formations in the eyes of a person with a long-sightedness. In this defect, the image is not formed on the retina itself. This defect of the eye is the long-sightedness or hypermetropia. Since the image is not formed at the retina, instead of being formed at the retina, nearer objects cannot be seen clearly even though distant objects are clearly seen. This defect of the eye is the long-sightedness, and the near point of the eye of such a person will be at a distance of more than 25 cm. The main reasons behind this are the eyeball is shorter than normal, the lens has less power. It can be rectified by using a convex lens of suitable power. Next defect, myopia or nearsightedness. For some people, the eyeball may be long. For some others, even though the eyeball is normal in size, power of the lens may be more. In such cases, the image is formed in front of the retina. So, what is nearsightedness? For some persons, even though nearby objects can be seen clearly, they may not be able to see distant objects clearly. This defect is the nearsightedness or myopia. The near point of such persons will not be at infinity. It will be at a definite distance from the eye. The reasons behind myopia are size of eyeball is long, power of lens may be more, and this can be overcome by using concave lens of suitable power. Next one, power of a lens. We already studied the power of a lens in the previous chapter, and we know it is a term related to the focal length of a lens. Power of a lens is the reciprocal of focal length expressed in meters, and it can be calculated by using the formula P equals 1 by F. The unit is diopter represented by D. From this we can understand that every lens has its own power, even though the lens in our eye has its own power. You might have seen elderly people reading newspaper by holding it at a distance. Presbyopia is a defect of the eye seen in elderly people. For a healthy vision, what is the distance to the near point? Yes, it is 25 cm. For elderly people, the distance to the near point is greater than 25 cm. This is due to the diminishing ability of the ciliary muscles. For such people, the power of accommodation will be less. This is presbyopia. This can be overcome by using convex lens of suitable power. Next one, eye donation. Eye donation is one of the noblest donations. We can bring at least a few people with impaired eyesight back to the world of vision through donation of cornea. Any people of any age can donate eyes. Exception is the cornea of those people having certain diseases. The cornea of the donor should be harvested within 6 hours of death. Through eye donation, those who have closed their eyes forever can light up others' lives. So students, that's for today. Thank you for watching.